I talked about it before. The golden ratio is something that I first heard of at Canon the first night I went there. And basically what it is like their bartenders will sit with you and like talk with you about like what your preferences are, how do you like to drink, how familiar are you with like different cocktails and stuff like that. And then they'll just like ask you, okay, we're gonna build you a drink based off of this ratio. It's a base spirit, it's a wine based item, and it's a liqueur, and it's a bitter, and then it's some sort of garnish, whether it's a citrus twist or a mist of absinthe or something like that, and it's served up in a coupe glass, like a cocktail glass, just like that. That's how they do it, and they'll make their whole philosophy is that you should never make the same drink twice, let alone the same drink in the same night. So like if somebody says what was in that, you shouldn't be able to tell them. It should just have been on the fly, and the bartender's choice. So that's why I put that as another option as opposed to the random drink, because you could probably roll a random drink 6 or 7 times and never get something that you're looking for. And so when you're making a cocktail, that gives you more freedom as like your own palate to create something that fits with you, what you have at your bar or what you're feeling that night in particular. Like if you're feeling a little lighter, you can definitely go with a different base spirit. If you're feeling crazy about it, your base spirit could be absinthe, right? Like you can change it up as you want it to be changed up. So that's why that ratio is something that I've added. There was a 6-week run where the golden ratio was a drink that I made every single stream, and I was streaming twice a week then for cocktails. So that was back in the day. So I made 12 golden ratios, and I have no idea what any of them were. Okay. Smarter, not harder. I'm not going back to work to print. Oh, God. Posted in general, let's go. I have a line, and that crosses it. I feel like the golden ratio should involve the actual mathematical golden ratio. 1 square root 5 divided by 2 equals 1.618. Well, how many ounces is it? 1.5. That's too far. It's 2.5, 3. It's 2.5. It's like 2 and 2/3. That would be ideal, but it's the golden ratio of cocktails for making a interesting drink all the time. Yeah, you could definitely switch this up if you wanted it to be like a reverse Manhattan, right? If you wanted it to be a reverse Manhattan golden ratio, you could do 1.5 ounces of a wine-based spirit or an Amaro or something like that instead, and have the base spirit be the lower section. But you can flip that around as much as you want, and the principle there is that it should make something that's unique and good. Good is subjective to the palate of the user, but if you're making the drink for yourself, it should be something you already know you enjoy. Like if I do a drink that's 1.5 ounces of Cynar with 3/4 of an ounce of cognac and 1/4 ounce of orange liqueur, I should know to expect that it's going to be bitter, but it's going to be herbal and it's going to be fun, and that my base spirit and liqueur are bringing some sweeter notes to it. And so, Cynar is the strong flavor, and I should expect that. Throw in a citrus twist and a fun bitter like Meyer lemon, right? And it should end up being a little brighter, a little bit more citrusy, and delicious in its own way, although it will still be bitter. But that's the whole concept of the golden ratio. So I've added that to the stream, and I've added a repeating message that kind of alerts people to the fact that we have a set menu, we have a random drink, a drink randomizer, and we have a standard golden ratio that people can make drinks with if they wish. Maybe I should do the bronze ratio. It's like fruit juice, base spirit, syrup. That'd be funny. You can call it the dirt ratio. That's what I would see.